Hi, this is Spiro with NewsBud.
And I'm Sibel Edmonds with NewsBud in this NewsBud Breaking News.
Some very significant information has come to light regarding the Turkey coup attempt. A group of the Turkey coup plotters used an app called WhatsApp to communicate with each other throughout the coup. Now, Bellingcat has put together a very detailed, comprehensive report of the minute-by-minute events of the failed Turkey coup attempt. Bellingcat has transcribed, translated, and analyzed the conversation, and a link will be provided below, and we encourage you to go through there and read it in detail. It's a little lengthy. Now, there's much significant information included in this massive expose, including the major who created this app. He named it Yurda Sul, meaning peace at home, peace in the world, where members shared the important updates on this app. However, the focus of this news presentation by NewsBud is the most important 3 regiments involved during the coup plot and implementation, based on the documented information gathered from these interpreted communications. Sibel?
Well, Spiro, this is where the bombshell comes. As you know, I have been giving many interviews both before the coup attempt, but also during the coup attempt and afterwards, talking about this carrying the signature of CIA Gulen in partnership with NATO as part of Operation Gladio. Interestingly, at least 3 out of the 5 coupists regiments, okay, this is 3 out of 5, are and they are part of NATO's Rapid Deployable Corps. So these people are part of NATO's. They were part of members of the NATO's own Rapid Deployable Corps. Now, these 3 regiments have been part of the NATO Rapid Deployable Corps since 2003. So we are looking at, for the last 13 years, these guys, these coup implementers, these 3 regiments were all working for the NATO. And here comes a catch. Now, if you look at the emblem, it says peace at home and peace in the world. Now, as you said, these generals, these colonels, these coup implementers, the plotters, when they created their WhatsApp, they actually named the thread, their communication thread, okay, as the same emblem with the same name, meaning they were carrying it out under the NATO emblem with the NATO's own slogan for this deployable corps. And I have to emphasize the fact that this is the segment of the NATO when it comes to Operation Gladio B implementations, not only in Turkey, but also in Central Asia and Caucasus. I cannot emphasize the importance of this, okay? We are looking at majority of these coup implementers, plotters, overseers being employed members of the NATO's own Rapid Deployable Corps. Now, can you get more explosive than this? Spiro?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's got NATO written all over it, literally.
Absolutely. So I think this is one of the most explosive facts that we have found to date related to Turkey attempted coup. And this needs to be publicized. We are not going to see any of this in the mainstream media in the United States or in England or in Germany. So we are bringing to you and bringing it into your attention, and we are asking you the people, to put out this information. The attempted coup was being attempted by 3 regiments employed under NATO's Rapid Deployable Corps. So that was one of the most significant facts that are coming out of these documents that are being released. And another important fact that got my attention, Spiro, as I was reading through all this information, and people, please go and read and analyze. I mean, there are 10, 15 pages of facts, documented facts there, starting from the first minutes of the coup, going all the way until it was thwarted, is the fact that these implementers, the coup implementers, NATO CIA coup implementers, they reached out to the police forces, the chief of police all over Turkey, that, the areas that they were targeting, not only in Istanbul, but in other cities as well. And interestingly, they were told by, and you can see the communication, the police chiefs, not only they were not opposing these coup implementers, but they were readily giving them the support, saying, where have you been, guys? We've been waiting for you. We are with you, so we are going to support you in this coup. Now, again, those people who have been following my interviews and all the videos we have featured with James Corbett here at NewsBud as well, you know that I have also gone on record talking about Fethullah Gülen's network, CIA network, penetrating, infiltrating, getting into the Turkish military and also Turkish police force. About 15-20% of military in Turkey has been infiltrated by CIA Gülen network, and the number is like closer to 70% of Turkey's police force has been infiltrated throughout this last 15-20 years by Gülen network. And again, you see it clearly during the coup, as you see with these documented information facts, Turkish police forces, the ones part of Gülen's CIA network, they assured the coup implementers that they were going to support, not oppose them. Now, this is extremely important. It basically proves what we have been claiming, saying this coup was plotted and originated by CIA Gülen network in partnership with NATO.
Well, that's right. You can clearly see in the communications between the coup implementers, the leadership saying the police are obeying orders, basically. They're taking orders from us. Some of the communications on this WhatsApp between the leadership, one of the majors sent the most violent message in the chat saying, "Show no compassion," he wrote. He said, "Don't dare to hesitate, hit them." And he was referring to the public. He was saying, don't show any compassion to the people. Let's crush them, basically. Sibel?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I want our viewers to go and read and analyze these documents. You see multiple orders from coup implementers to open fire and basically butcher all these people, Turkish people who were standing there trying to defend their country against this illegal coup. And that is telling, again, because as you see, the mainstream media in the US is focusing on President Erdogan in Turkey rounding up these traitors, right? Thousands of them. Well, we just show with these documents, these evidence, these facts, that these people, including those people that he's arresting right now, President Erdogan, they are the ones who have been working for the CIA and Gülen network. So it is within his rights, the country's right, to arrest and prosecute these people. Another interesting thing here, Spiro, that I found really amazing and something that we need to think about in the Western nations. Well, we know that these coup implementers, they basically took over CNN Turk, which is CIA arm. They didn't have to do that, really. CNN would have supported them. And the Turkish state-owned TV networks, etc. So what did Turkish people do? They needed to quickly alert other Turks because they're in their house. They don't have TV. They don't have, some of them didn't even have access to social media networks, right? This is amazing. Under Islamic governments, the mosque can be used as an emergency alert system. So let's say if someone is invading your country or somebody's coming there and wants to kill people, they use this special chant that sounds different than the chant that invites people to go and get ready for prayer. And they let people know because they have speakers. You can hear it from miles away, from your apartments, from your houses, tens of miles away, because it's very loud. So people had to quickly think on their feet, right? And say, let's alert people. So they put out these chants from all these mosques all over Istanbul and other cities. That's how a lot of people found out something is happening. Let's get out there and find out what's happening. So they started gathering in front of these mosques, trying to find out what's going on. And they were told, here it is, our country is under assault right now. I can't think of an emergency system like that we have in this country. I mean, whatever we have, the special broadcast radio, well, it's owned and ruled by the government. So if the government, United States government if it decides to have its own coup, martial law, there is no way for us, the citizens, with the social media networks being shut down, to communicate. But for me, again, it was very interesting how quickly Turkish people thought of this very interesting method to alert the rest of the country, to alert the citizens, saying, hey, some emergency is happening. Get out of your house. Come before the mosques. Very interesting, Spiro.
Well, that's right, and you can see the communications there between the coup plotters' leadership there, saying that they are whipping up fury among the public. Is there no way to stop it? And they tried to shut down the mosques at that point, because this coup had, just like any coup, would have strategic points where you would go. That's why they went to go take over the media. They wanted to control the narrative. Apparently, they didn't counter in the mosque aspect there.
And another important thing that ties this whole thing together is the fact that we know NATO's own members were participating. They were the majority among the coup implementers using NATO's own emblem. Okay, people, you cannot get evidence harder than this when we are talking about hard evidence. And then when we go back and revisit NBC News, during the most critical stage of these coup attempts, putting out this information, this lie that was concocted by their high-level senior Pentagon military sources, saying that Turkish president was on the run. He had escaped the country. He was inside a plane and flying on top of Germany, Frankfurt, and requesting for asylum, okay, asking for asylum. So basically, this tells you that the U.S. mainstream media, especially in this case, NBC, took an active part in this basically coup attempt in Turkey. So NBC worked together with CIA, Gulen Network, and NATO and their pawns, the coup implementers, trying to speed up, facilitate this illegal coup in Turkey, because they use this psychological warfare tactic, saying your leader is on the run. It's over, people. He's trying to get asylum in Germany. So this is over with. This is what NBC tried to do. So whose purpose NBC was serving, and they have retracted that without official retraction. They have deleted their article, but we have, of course, the screenshots of that. But NBC News was working with Gulen CIA network and NATO, trying to speed up, facilitate this illegal coup in Turkey by spreading psychological warfare tactic, this lie. So this is extremely important. This again comes together with the campaign that we at NewsBud have started, and so far we have had many of you joining this campaign. So this is again boils down to what are we going to do about it, because there's a lot we can do about it. We can sit down, shake our head, looking at all these facts and evidence and get disgusted and whine and moan, or you people join us, NewsBud, and let's make this public. Let's spread this information. Let's take action together. And until they issue retraction, official retraction, explain their partnership with NATO and the CIA in this lie campaign, and apologize to everyone, not only people in Turkey, but in the United States, all over the world, we are not going to stop.
Well, that's right. That's right. You nailed it on the head, Sibel. Their NBC's actions show premeditated involvement with malicious intent, basically. So, and an update for this Confront NBC campaign, Sibel.
Tomorrow morning, U.S. time, okay, and this will be evening time in Turkey, we are going to start a Twitter bomb, okay? We want thousands of you. We want tens of thousands of you. So during the last 3 hours that they have NBC until 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to take over Twitter, demanding retraction, explanation, and apology from NBC News. Meanwhile, we want those of you who have joined us, call the Turkish embassy, make the phone call, okay? Send a tweet message, send them email, bombard them and say, we are expecting your official response. You are looking at an act of war in some ways. There are hundreds of people who have lost their lives during this illegal coup attempt. And NBC News has actively participated along with the CIA and NATO in putting out this false information as an active participant in an illegal coup. Okay? That's what they have done. They need to be held accountable. So take over the Twitter. I have a very brief message for all our Turkish followers from Turkey or Turkish diaspora in the United States. I want to emphasize this is not about President Erdogan. This is not about any president, particular president. This is about integrity. This is about all these things by deep state that are being implemented around the world. They tried the tactic in Libya. It was successful, people. And they gave us a bunch of lies and balonies. Remember the story about Gaddafi being on the plane on the run? Well, you're looking at the same attempt being implemented here, in this case, unsuccessful. And we have caught them in the act, okay? And we need to take action. And we have bought into their lies during the Iraq WMD. Let's make this case set example. Let's make an example out of these people, okay? We can. All it takes is a few thousands of us determined to hold them accountable. And here is the message quickly in Turkish. Türk arkadaşlar, bu pazartesi 25 Temmuz Türkiye saati akşam 10'da NBC'ye verdiğimiz süre sona eriyor. Sizi bu pazartesi akşamı Twitter Bomb kampanyasında davet ediyoruz. Lütfen bize katılın. Ayrıca lütfen ABD Türk elçiliğimiz ve konsoloslukları arayın, e-mail atın, Twitter mesaj gönderin, telefonla ulaşın ve onlardan Türkiye temsilcileri olarak bizim başlattığımız NBC kampanyasına resmi olarak katılmalarını talep edin, talebinde bulunun. ABD medyası bu komployu Almanya veya İngiltere gibi ülkelere kullanmamıştır. Ancak İran, Mısır, Libya ve diğer 3. dünya ülkelerine uygulamakta. Gösterin ki Türkiye bir Mısır veya Libya değil ve olmayacak. Hep birlikte bunu başarabiliriz. Twitter bomb'ımız var. Lütfen pazartesi akşamı geçin ekranların karşısına ve bizi destekleyin. Ayrıca eğer resmi yanıt almazsak, özür dilemezlerse, geri çekmezlerse Perşembe günü hepinizle birlikte sabah 9'da New York saatiyle sabah saat 9'da New York'ta NBC News binası önünde sizleri bekliyoruz. Sizin desteğinize ihtiyacımız var. Bizi yalnız bırakmayın. Çünkü bunu ancak hep birlikte başarabiliriz. And again, one last thing here. I'm asking everybody, every activist who has had enough with the US media, propaganda, psychological warfare, to say enough is enough by joining us during our Twitter bomb on Monday, starting at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And this is Pacific time. That would be a little bit later during this Eastern Standard Time. Don't leave us alone, okay? We are doing it and we want to do it together with you. This is our issue. This is our problem. This is what we have been putting up for way too long. It's time to end it. Thank you all.